This one right here is actually as old as the program.
Art can be relieving.
We have a lot more, but this is what I could bring in my hands.
Michelle Tiarina says this artwork was relieving to the people that made them.
Is use the healing capacity of creating something. This releases emotions that maybe they didn't have the words for.
She's community coordinator for Voz y Corazón, a free support group for youth. Art is just one piece of it. Their mentoring program teaches youth on how to intervene with friends and family when there's a concern about possible suicide.
They didn't want to just sit around and talk. They wanted to do something active, something positive.
July is recognized as BIPOC Mental Health Month. While Voz y Corazón serves mainly Hispanic and Latinos, they help people of all backgrounds.
Voz y Corazón served 323 young people in this past fiscal year, and that's 100 more than we served last year. There's a need for it. There aren't enough therapists who are bicultural, bilingual, culturally responsive to Latino families.
Citing census data, the American Psychological Association says just around 6% of psychologists are Hispanic, around 4% are Black and African American, and around 3% are Asian.
There needs to be a level of trust so that people can become vulnerable. And that is really difficult to do if you're talking to someone who doesn't understand your culture, doesn't understand your language.
She believes a shift is happening when it comes to breaking the stigma of mental health, especially in communities of color. A shift she hopes continues.
And so if we can break down the stigma, we're going to have more people well.
I also caught up with the Asian Pacific Development Center, which provides mental health services for immigrant and refugee communities here in Colorado. They say over the past few years, they've seen increased demand stemming from things like COVID and a wave of hate crimes against the Asian community, Jenny.
Understandable, Luis, that more people are seeking mental health help, and we cannot say enough how important it is that people feel comfortable with who they pursue this help with,
Absolutely.
Right?
And in a survey last year, around 2/3 of Latinos out of 1,000 Latinos surveyed said they strongly support better access to mental health services.
Getting started, very first step. Luis, thank you for your reporting.